Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live from the IW Wells Media Center here at the Tyesse Report, and we are live with breaking news out of the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, on this, uh, solemn but um, just Friday. Listen, here's the deal. Officer Derek Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years. That's 22 and a half years in prison. Some people are not happy. Some people, I knew he wasn't going to get 40 years, Tyesse, but there's some people I don't know that haven't been in America the last 400 years. Uh, so I knew he was not going to get 40 years, but there was a midway ground, and of course, some of that will be shaved off over time. But we are glad that the man is not at home or not walking home um, with no accountability. So that's what we're happy about here at the Tyesse Report. Good afternoon, everybody. Um, 22 and a half years is a long time. Listen, y'all, listen. Hey, saints, evangelists, apostles. He was not going to get life. That white man was not going to give him life or 40 years, y'all. He just wasn't. Y'all, evidently, y'all don't know how white supremacy in America works. Hey, everybody. Hey, DeMario, Delvon. Listen, we're not going to labor long, y'all. I have to get ready, prepare myself for the Four Kings tonight. I have to rest my nerves so I can be ready for the Four Kings. But the situation is as follows. Think about all the countless people that were murdered. Police officers never even were charged. So we are moving toward a day where there is accountability and justice. Think about Amadou Diallo and Sean Bell, Tamir Rice, so many countless, Breonna Taylor, where nobody is in jail, y'all. Let's look on the bright side if we can find anything, okay? Let me read some comments because keep the comments. Let me see what's going on because everybody is just, I don't know. I don't know. It's like y'all just got here to America. Y'all thought that man was going to get 40 years? Y'all thought that white man was going to get another white man 40 years? All right, look. Okay, let me go to these comments and see what's going on. Keep the comments rolling until my thing kick in. Kwame, keep the comments rolling. What did Deborah Carter say? And yes, and that's the point I was about to move to, is that there will be federal charges. Mm-hmm. There will be federal charges. I'm sure there's going to be federal charges. 22 years is a start, Terry. I just say this. I'll say this, y'all. I lived through a time, I'm old enough to live through a time where I watched 4 officers literally walk out of the courtroom for beating a man. I was 16 years old. It was 3 o'clock, and I believe that was a Friday. I will never forget it. And I saw 4 Los Angeles police officers walk out of the courtroom after beating a man nearly to death. So I think we've come a long ways. Personally, I think we've come a long ways. Would I have wanted? I personally think that he should have got the needle. Let me mix some pine salt and some Clorox and some other stuff in there and skeet it up in him, and let's see how it goes. But we're just elated that finally we see somebody going to jail for snuffing the life out of a Black, brown, or indigenous body. Okay? I'm sure the fellas will have their own, the Four Kings will have their own takes on it. We're not a monolith. We all have different points of view. But, I sympathize with the family. I sympathize with the family. And just seeing that mother, the white mother, his mammy, seeing his mammy come in that courtroom and didn't even acknowledge the family, y'all. That's what we're working with. Seeing her 6 generations, Type, not 6 generations. Seeing her 1 generation trailer park trash ass removed, come in there and don't even acknowledge your family, it was a bit much for me. Um, but it goes to show you the apple don't fall far from the tree. Um, but this is a new day. This is a new day for justice in America. We're inching closer and closer to full accountability. Listen, they already said he has an automatic green light on him when he gets to jail. He'll have to be in PC 24 hours a day. If you go out on main line, if they crack them gates, girl, they're gonna mollywop you. Ask me how I know. If they rack those gates, you will be murdered, girl. I'm just being honest with you, mama. They're gonna stomp you out. Um, and just, I know everybody. I know my mama think, everybody mama think their child is. But girl, for you to come on there talking about he's a good man, girl, your son put their knee on someone's neck for 10 minutes and murdered them, girl. Whew, we have come a long way. However, I wanted. Okay, everybody. Okay, listen. My girlfriend Brandy, my sister Brandy, was given 22 years for murder, y'all. And her boyfriend, she murdered her boyfriend. And the mother, said whenever there's a parole hearing, she's gonna be there, to make sure you never get out. She never gets out. Listen, I don't know what to tell y'all. Everybody that wanted 40 years and life, all of that, I don't know I have nothing else to give y'all. I don't know what to tell you. This is America. This is America. Listen, we have to go down to Florida right quick, y'all. We have to go down to Florida. This is a busy Friday. Surfside, Florida. That's Miami-Dade County. We've been getting updates from the mayor of Miami-Dade County all morning, and I saw him last night on Don Lemon tonight, and the death toll from the building collapse has risen to 4, and there are 169 people still unaccounted for. The problem with Surfside, this Surfside building collapse is this just doesn't happen in America. You see buildings collapse in other countries that are not as developed as America. We have building standards and code enforcement and OSHA here in California. We have so many different things in place for structural safety, workplace safety. So it's odd when a building just falls down, and they just don't fall down on their own. Now there could have been quite a few things. There may even been a gas explosion. The ground, Florida is a lot of wetlands and marshes. So listen, and Florida is often inundated with hurricanes and a lot of rain. So it could be a soil issue. We don't know, but we are praying for the families of the Surfside apartment condo collapse. Rather, we have 4 people now that have been confirmed deceased, and we still have 169 people that are not accounted for. They have rescue dogs cadaver dogs that can detect dead bodies, live bodies. So they were pulling people. They were pulling people out of the rubble as late as yesterday. Okay, go back. What did Deborah say? The building collapsed like the world. Well, yeah, and conspiracy theories are already up and running. Auntie, that man knew what he was doing. Yeah, he did, Delvon. So with that being said, you guys, Florida, we're just going to keep our eyes on Florida. And, we've seen a lot of sinkholes, Sean. We've seen a lot of things swallowed up in Florida, but we've never seen a whole apartment building. But we're going to be praying for those families. There's a family reunification center near the site. And I can't imagine what the families are going through, sitting there waiting for word. 169 people still missing or unaccounted for. So, wow. Whew, it's a lot. It's one of those days. Here at the Tyesse Report, we got the Chauvin verdict. We have this high-rise collapse. And now we're going to move to my area, my neck of the woods, California. And wow, this is a lot going on. The CEO of Fashion Nova last night there was a major incident. Two masked gunmen were waiting. Two people were robbed in front of his home. There was a security guard next door at an estate or residence next door, and the security guard got into a shootout with the robbers. One of the robbers was hit. The security guard was hit. Now, the car took off, and the car was found later with the suspects in it. One of the suspects, I believe in Beverly Hills, maybe Beverly Hills, one of the suspects that were hit died in the car. Very set it off, y'all. Okay. So it's not clear whether the CEO of Fashion Nova was there or whether these just two people that were outside of his home. LAPD is working to, get an update on everything. But all of these robberies and murders in the Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills is just I don't know what's going on. We've just never seen this much mayhem and the Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills and Brentwood and Holmby Hills. It's crazy. But we will keep our eyes open as the days progress in this particular case. Listen, we have some good news for our brother Danny Glover and Samuel L. Jackson. They will be getting honorary Oscars. I think honorary Oscars for African American actors who should have Oscars already. Honorary Oscars are so insulting to me, y'all. And they're insulting to me because the reason they're insulting to me is because Danny Glover didn't even get an Oscar nomination for The Color Purple. No nomination. Okay. Samuel L. Jackson has been in some great movies. Never nominated that I know of. So, and then they just give you an honorary Oscar out the blue, like, here's your Oscar that we were supposed to give you. Here it is 30, 40 years later, So shout out to Samuel Jackson and Danny Glover for your honorary Oscar nods. Listen, the Peach State, Georgia, is going to be heading to the courtroom. The Department of Justice will be suing them for this voter rights restrictive intimidation, everything that you can think of, Jim Crow era tactics of the governor down there. And I am so happy that our Justice Department is going to take on Georgia. They need to head over to Texas next. Let me get some comments, Kwame. Hey, Tim Hall. So thank God that the Department of Justice has the testicular fortitude to take these people to court and wear their asses out. You can't pass out water in line at the voting places. Cutting out Sunday voting, early voting, mail-in ballots. I mean, why would you want to restrict voting? It really makes no sense. It really makes no sense. Listen, let's get to some lighter fare, y'all. We may finish early today because it was a preempted show today. We normally come on at 12:15. We want to thank Kwame for accommodating us and pushing the show back and moving his schedule around to accommodate us coming on later. So thank you, Kwame, for accommodating us today. Okay. Evelyn Harrison says she voted yesterday. Here's the deal. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, our sister Cynthia Bailey was on Wendy Williams saying that she may be in the cut. She may be cut. Let me explain something to all of y'all, okay? Every last one of y'all. The whole show is trash. If you don't have a Nene, you ain't got a Nene, you need a Sheree or a Phaedra. You don't have none of that. The show was garbage last year. Season 13 was absolute USDA board certified garbage. Okay? So, I don't give a damn if Cynthia goes, Candy, all of them can go. Unless you're going to bring somebody on that's going to shake the tables and shake it up, y'all can cancel the show. The show it can't be brought back now because it's just that last season, last year, Garbage. Okay. Um, Meanwhile, Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac are killing. Okay. Um, All Stars. I got up this morning and watched RuPaul Drag Race All Stars, you guys. And listen, honey, this is going to be a mess. Let me say this though, y'all. And I'm not trying to be catty. Y'all know I'm not a catty person. I'm not messy or catty. Let me say this. I'm not going to say who won, who did this. I don't want to give nothing away if you haven't seen All Stars. I'll just say this. And with my whistle. Oh, I'll just say this. Comedy is not for everybody. You know, comedy is not for everybody. You have to be witty and you have to have timing. What you see me do last night on Tyesse After Dark, that's just not something you can just do just because you want to do it. I am aware that I'm naturally funny. I'm aware of that now, you know. And you have to be smart. You have to know timing. You have to know what entertains people. Girl, you just can't do comedy because you want to do comedy. You can't just be a blogger because you want to be a blogger. Are you entertaining? Do people feel engaged when they talk to you? Do people, you know, when you come on, do they stop what they're doing and listen to you? And then it just happens to be, I'm an all-around bad bitch. I'm very smart and I'm funny. So I can do Tyesse After Dark and come on and do Tyesse Report Live. This don't happen. I'm a bad bitch, but this don't happen every day. So everybody can't do this. Everybody can't do Tyesse After Dark and then come and give a whole full 30-minute damn news report with pop culture, breaking news, international news. Oh, I'm sorry, Kwabe. Kwabe says it's a daytime show. Oh, yeah, I forgot the daytime people to watch. Excuse my language. I forgot, Kwabe. I'm sorry. It's daytime. We have daytime viewers, too. You know, Mother Brown, Sister Sue, Mother Green, and all them. Anyways, All Stars, girl, I'm just telling y'all girls, don't do comedy, don't do none of that stuff if you're not funny. Girl, you're not LaWanda Page, girl. You're not Marla Gibbs. Let it go. Knees, Evangelist, Apostle. Girl, you're not Cheryl Underwood. Somebody says, I'm screaming. Hey, I'm just saying. Okay. Mary Jane Blige. Mary Jane Blige. I didn't see the documentary yet, y'all. Somebody told me, said, watch the Breakfast Club interview first, Tyesse, then watch, and you can do it either way. You can watch the Amazon doc first, then do the Breakfast Club interview. But I just so happened to watch the Breakfast Club interview first, you guys. And whatever order you want to watch it in, it's fine. But imagine if I was watching early this morning, you guys. I got up about 7 o'clock this morning. I watched All Stars, and then I watched Mary J. Blige. I didn't even watch The View because I was watching Mary J. Blige. So it is a lot, and it leans into my word for the day, you guys. But Mary J. Blige is a case study, or you know, a testament of you can make it. You can come back from whatever life. So many times people think that you can't bounce back. That divorce and what that man did to her, I don't think people even have the scope what he did to her financially. But I think people know that he was a dog and he wasn't shit. But Mary finances, that man really did a doozy on her. And I'm sure she'll talk about it, you know, maybe in her biopic one day. Because she talked about she don't feel like she wants to do a biopic right now. She'll maybe do one later on. But maybe she'll talk about all of the, you know, things that she went through with that guy, you know, her husband. And her husband was a master deceptor because he had all of us fooled. We all thought that he was a nice guy and he was good for Mary and he was a talented Mr. Ripley. So Mary J. Blige is just a testament for what can happen when you just hold on and see, run on and see what the end gonna be, as the old saints used to say. But that brings me, before I go to my word for the day, we want to acknowledge and we want to speak to the life and legacy of Michael Joseph Jackson, who went home to be with the Lord 12 years ago today. So Michael Jackson, you gave us so much, and uh, so oftentimes I think there are people that are supernovas. They, like, when they come in the world, they come in the world with such a burning fire, and when they leave, like when Prince died, Michael Jackson, when these people died, the world kind of like changes a little bit. It's not the same like when they're there. A lot of people have said that, and I truly agree that their energy and presence is missing in the world. You know, Prince, Whitney, they were just such a force in the world, and with that being gone, the world feels different without them. Okay, they said there was a lot of people that committed suicide the day Michael Jackson died, because they said they didn't want to be in a world without Michael Jackson. Now, I didn't go that far, but we were saddened. It wasn't that serious, y'all. But yeah, Michael Jackson and Farrah Fawcett died that same day, but she died on the wrong day, honey, because her story got swallowed up. Her story got swallowed up by Michael Jackson's story. But rest in peace, Farrah Fawcett. She died the same day as Michael Jackson, but y'all know how that goes. Okay, let me get to the word for the day. And thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for what you said about accepting your flowers, accepting your roses from people. Because so oftentimes you don't even realize what you are to people and what you bring to the table. One of my sisters on here, her name is Tiffany. She lives in South Carolina. She FaceTimed me one time, and she just broke it down, just really like broke it down. What my lives do, and for people, and for her. Larry Myers is another one that hit me up, and countless other people hit me up. And when you're doing this, when you're doing these lives and you're entertaining people, you don't have a thought of, I'm, you know, I'm not that self-absorbed. Like, okay, I'm therapy for people. I'm that girl. You don't think like that. You come on and you do your thing. But see, that's the good thing. When it's organic like that, people know that it comes from a real place. At first, I just didn't understand what people saw, because all I was doing was coming on and being myself. I just didn't get it. What was the big hoopla about? And now, when I watch my own shows back, because I watch them back, I go through comments. Sometimes girls get a little catty and get a little cute. So I go through this to see what's going on, delete comments, check myself out, make sure I didn't say anything wrong, out of pocket, But when I play myself back, now I see what people see. It took me a minute. But, the thing about it is that sometimes when you are a person that has lived in trauma and a person that has lived in pain, you really don't understand what you bring to the table, because so oftentimes you're still dealing with all of that. That hasn't been fleshed out and worked out. So you don't know that you are a rose that's growing from concrete, right? So I encourage everybody. So I'm not gonna make this all about me. I'm not that absorbed. But I encourage everybody on here to please, when people give you flowers, when people tell you you are what I need, no matter what the capacity, it don't have to be blogging. When somebody tells you, Taylor Horn, or, whoever, Rochelle, Jahan, girl, you just do it for me. I just love you. I appreciate you. Sometimes we don't even understand it. Sometimes we're like, girl, what's wrong with her? Why is she so lovey-dovey on me? Sometimes we think something's wrong with the person. I'm telling y'all, accept it, receive it, marinate in it, roll around in it. And I thank you, Mary J. Blige, for that in the Breakfast Club interview. I thank you for that word. I get it now. I get it. I didn't get it, but I get it now. From the countless inboxes and messages that people send every other day, if not a couple of times a week, what I mean and what I, bring to them whenever I'm live. So I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to take all of my roses while I can smell them. Because once you transition and go to the other side, that's another plateau. So, accept it and enjoy it here. Because the other side is a whole nother experience. The slaves were taught, you'll get your everything on the other side. No, honey, listen, you can get it here and you'll get it on the other side too. All that we'll understand it better by and by. Oh, no, honey, no. Life is meant for love and living over here, getting your flowers. And when you cross over, you're going to move on. Hey, wait a minute, Tyesse. When you cross over, you're going to move on up a little higher. Let me get out of here before I minutes. Listen, if Twinkie was on an organ nearby, man, thank you, Kwame. Thank you, Kwame, for accommodating us. And thank y'all, So Deaf and Taylor Horn and Sean and everybody that's tuning in today. Mother's about to lay down so I can rest up for the Four Kings. When I do all of this, Tyesse After Dark, then the Friday show, Mother got to rest up. So let me go lay down so my nerves get me ready for the Four Kings tonight at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. I love you guys, and I will see you tonight on DeMario King Jive's YouTube page, okay? I love y'all. Have a great day. Happy Friday.
What's up, Ty Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/the official Tyesse Report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse Report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse Report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. Alright, Ty Squad, see you on the next.